Ha ha! And welcome to another exciting episode of Offworld Cookery. Today's culinary struggle proudly promotes Anglo-Frank relations, with a doff of the cap across the sea to our sweaty onion-faced neighbours. Presented by these two perverts.
Bonjour and hello. Today we'll be cooking a commemorative feast of the Battle of Waterloo. I personally will be cooking a beef Wellington, and Napoleon here,
I will be doing chicken Marengo.
Ooh! How marvellous! A magical military starter of Napoleon's favourite dish, Chicken Marengo, followed by a raging classic, beef Wellington. Rustled up out here in the freezing cold by two shivering shits, skilled in the techniques of buck all. At the core of which is the creation of
Fire!
Ray May's Buck Off. And with that, beverages began.
it's the finest, very strong special beer, the #1 barley wine.
Indeed, guaranteed to ignite the fires of vagrancy within and spur us on to begin today's dinner.
Well, the fire's looking almost ready, so I think it's time to give the bit of beef fillet its first initial roasting. Aberdeen Angus is what you want. A real fucking sexy piece of meat.
As with anything sexy, a good drizzling of oil was applied before imprisoning the giant laboratory testicle within the Bren's homemade oven.
There we go, give it 10-15 minutes, that should get it going nice and crispy.
And whilst the beef warmed, unlike their bones, they examined out loud today's theme, the Battle of Waterloo.
Well, when Napoleon escaped from the Isle of Elba and marched straight into Paris, the European powers, having thought they'd have rid the world of him just the year previously, weren't going to stand for that. Now, the battle itself was a relatively straightforward one in terms of Napoleonic tactics. There was no flanking manoeuvres, no nothing. Straightforward, go for it. Biggest battles here, around Hougoumont, the village of Papelotte here, Le Haye-Saint in the centre. All of these positions, very strong positions. It ended in a complete disastrous day for the French. Total rout, many dead, many wounded, many prisoners, and Napoleon was exiled to St. Helena, a barren rock in the middle of the Atlantic, and died 6 years later.
Good.
Indeed, the comprehensive fucking of our French brothers was good, but not as good as beef preparation.
Ooh, look at that.
Hooray! Let the beef see the Wellington.
Right, so first things first, the puff pastry. Remember to keep turning it. Don't be afraid to get it thin.
Yeah, in case that's one of your mortal fears.
And there we go. I'm going to start layering up the crust. So I'm going to start with a bit of Parma ham.
Parma ham.
What I'm going to do now is simply add the portobello mushroom pate, which I've very swiftly bought from a shop.
Forked on thick like Claudia Winkleman's fringe.
Next, a bit of salt and pepper. Don't be shy with the pepper.
Next, paint your pastry with egg, nature's natural glue, like horses.
So, time to roll it up. So, now it's ready for a little bit more egg wash on the top. It gives it a lovely colour. All over there. Right, so now that's fully done, it'll be ready to go in the fire. It'll take about 40 minutes or so plenty of time for Keza to get on with the starter.
With the beef Wellington fully prepared, Paul began the mastery of Chicken Marengo, a dish Napoleon had made for him upon the victory of some massive fight. Reputedly, the chef simply gathered whatever ingredients he could find strewn about the battlefield and plopped it together in a pan like this.
Definitely using time here.
Are you? God, you're so hot and talented.
Well, every emperor with a salt really has their own liquor, so that's got to go in, obviously.
Having added a hefty dose of Napoleon brandy to the pan, Paul added a hefty dose to himself too, and was less than impressed.
Tell you, Napoleon must be spinning in his grave. This is fucking rank.
Yet in the face of such a taste failure, Chico knew exactly what to do.
Fucking
Roll it up, just like he had done with the Wellington, only this time with less egg. What taste is your face hole filled with now, young Woodstock?
deliciousness.
Washed down with more beggar's pleasure, the men prepared their mouths for the impending joy of the day's first dish.
Right then, it's as ready as it's ever going to be.
Dinner time. Fucking do it.
Ploppity slop. Looks great, kind of, but what would it taste like? The tension was amazing, if you're into that sort of thing.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Well, that sounds well worth filming outside for in the freezing cold like a fucking idiot, eh? Never mind though, at least it wasn't bloody awful like usual. Perhaps things would even improve once the majesty of the Wellington was ready to reveal itself, like Simon Cowell at a closet convention.
Right, the beef's ready to go on, so I'm gonna just get the foil off. There we go, open the lid, put it straight on.
Chico placed the massive dirty pasty carefully inside its tiny dungeon.
There we go.
And whilst it cooked, he wondered what they might do in the meantime.
In the meantime, we'll just be fucking freezing.
Napoleon, though, had a better idea. Regimented physical exercise with men. Just like in the real army, everything was totally heterosexual. Totally. Having warmed each other's cockles, it was finally time to enjoy their main course.
Ooh, look at that.
Looks like some kind of featherless desert hedgehog. Beef Wellington, the most mysterious of all the dishes.
Delicious.
Suavely consumed with a real jus de vie. But of course no meal would be complete without a friendly drop of wine for company.
To help us celebrate the great defeat of Napoleon, we're drinking a Spanish wine.
Tipped in like his face was landfill. Yes, you have some too. I'm sure it'll help with your appraisal of the situation.
All in all, great success.
And after Chico had another great success in the bushes, only one question remained.
What's for dessert then?
Ha! Your own medals, which the eagle-eyed amongst you may have noticed were made of chocolate all along. With Chico's chocolate bravery consumed, the two flaccid friends fucked off into the distance. I said they fucked off into the distance. That's better. And you can fuck off as well. Ah ha ha ha!